Enforcement in Wisconsin have joined a national advocacy group, and they are condemning President Donald Trump's decision to pardon some of the January 6th rioters. WMTV's Shayna Najawan talked with former Dane County Sheriff David Mahoney. And Shayna, he is criticizing the pardons, claiming they are undermining the rule of law.
That's right. He is also expressing concern that the lack of consequences for those involved in the insurrection sends a dangerous message that actions undermining democracy and attacking law enforcement are okay. Many officers were injured or killed during the attack while defending the U.S. Capitol. Sheriff Mahoney says many of those individuals were actually protecting the rights of the protesters until they began breaking the rule of law. He adds those who have joined their organization, Police Leaders for Community Safety, felt the need to talk about the pardons.
Because we still represent the citizens that we made a commitment to serve throughout our careers. And it was time that we speak out, that it was unfathomable that there would be blanket, broad brush pardons of insurrectionists. In some cases, I would call them domestic terrorists.
The sheriff says civil discourse is a core democratic value that society should value. He adds those involved in their nonpartisan group want to protect the right to protest, but peacefully, something he saw during his time as sheriff.
Although we saw thousands and thousands of protesters, nobody was injured. There was no property damage. Matter of fact, when law enforcement allowed both sides at the time to air their grievances and to march and to protest, we protected the rights of all.
Now the president has defended these pardons, adding that he is a friend to police. Live in the newsroom, Shayna Najawan, WMTV 15 News.
Shayna, thank you. Along with the pardons, the president commuted the sentence of about a dozen defendants and ordered all pending cases to be dismissed.
And one of those people pardoned by the president was Riley Casper from Waupaca County. He was 22 years old at the time, and Casper, a supporter of President Trump, said he'd never been to Washington, D.C. before his trip in 2021. Thousands of people, including Casper, stormed towards and into the Capitol. Casper says he never entered the Capitol building, but admits to using a can of bear spray that someone else handed to him on police officers.
I don't apologize for going to D.C. that day and voicing my opinion, stand up for what I believe, but those officers did not deserve what I did.
Are you ashamed?
I'm ashamed that I assaulted the officers. Again, I'm not ashamed that I stood up for what I believe.
Casper's actions led to his arrest by federal agents more than a year after the riot. He was charged, eventually convicted, and sentenced to 37 months in Michigan federal prison.